Every day for the past 10 or more years, personal and portable devices, including mobile phones and wearable sensors, personal computers, and the internet, have generated and continue to generate a wide variety and tons of data, such as emails, tweets, blogs, videos, and posts. The amount of unstructured data is immeasurable. Internet Live Stats estimates that every second, approximately 6,000 tweets are tweeted, more than 40,000 Google queries are searched, and more than 2 emails are sent. Estimates are that the data generated are doubling every 2 years. Information about people, people's beliefs about the world, their desires and wants, their preferences as consumers, their fears and concerns, their dreams and aspirations, their future plans, their spending habits and patterns, how they spend their time, among many others. The information and insights contained in the data can be used by policymakers to formulate policies and develop social programs that best meet people's needs. Industries to better understand consumer markets. Manufacturers to produce better and cheaper products. Service providers to better serve clients. Investors to identify investment opportunities and make better investments. Households to make better and more informed consumption and other decisions. If computing systems had the capacity to automatically transform that rapidly expanding mountain of data into useful information and insights, can this be done? Is it really feasible?
There is a technology that just might be able to get all this done, and we are talking about natural language processing, or NLP. NLP is a combination of artificial intelligence and linguistics. Natural language processing is the use and ability of digital computers, such as personal computers, to process sentences in a natural language, like English, instead of a specialized artificial computer language. It is the processing of human language in all its messiness and varied use. It is used for both interpretation and generation of natural language sentence. Its goal is to process the natural language sentences into some sort of knowledge representation. It involves signal processing where spoken words are taken as input and turned into text. It also involves syntactic analysis, which focuses on the structure and grammar of sentences. Semantic analysis is the analysis of meaning of words and sentences, and how they relate to elements in the world. Finally, pragmatics is involved in how the meaning of a sentence depends on its function in everyday life, such as conversation. There are 2 major processes that occur in natural language processing. They are tokenization and machine-level processing. Tokenization is the conversion of an input signal into parts called tokens so that the computer can process it. As the signal is processed and syntactic, semantic, and pragmatic analysis are being accomplished, there is a continual translation into machine language or production of codes. This is called machine-level processing. Other tasks include sentence boundary detection, part-of-speech assignment to individual words or POS tagging, morphological decomposition of compound words like medical terms, lemmatization, which is the conversion of a word to a root by taking out its suffixes, shallow parsing, chunking or the identification of phrases, and problem-specific segmentation, which is the breaking up of text into meaningful groups. This is part of the technical explanation of how NLP works, but there are several applications of this technology in social and market research. Next, we will talk about how it is relevant to us.
Let's talk about the applications of natural language processing as it applies to research industry. Researchers work diligently to gain valuable insights from the rising amount of data originating in the form of structured and unstructured data. Unstructured data includes data that originates from social media. What's striking is that the unstructured data has a growth curve substantially greater than that of structured data. Social researchers and market researchers uses natural language processing to extract useful information and insights through text analytics, sentiment analysis, and question answering. Let's look into some of the examples. Text analytics has been widely used in marketing to obtain valuable insights of customers' perception from the reviews posted online, in blogs, on websites, or on Twitter. These extracted information is useful for the companies to formulate better marketing strategies. Sentiment analysis has been widely used in identifying sentiments from online social networking sites. For example, during Hurricane Sandy, tweets posted on Twitter were analyzed with respect to users' sentiments on a geographical map centered around the disaster zone. These extracted sentiments helped emergency responders develop strong awareness of disaster zone. Social researchers also monitor the social media to obtain rapidly changing data about public opinion during the time of social crisis or civic unrest. This happened during Arab uprising. Question answering. An example is the Google focus towards recognizing natural language questions, extract meaning and provide answers. The evolution of Google's result page has shown this focus. These are some of the applications of natural language processing technology. Now let's discuss what future holds for natural language processing.
So where do we go from here? Since 1950, when Alan Turing published his seminal article, Computing Machinery and Intelligence, raising for the first time the question if machines can think, artificial intelligence has come a long way. Especially in the last decade, with the advances in machine learning, we are continuously interacting more and more with computer softwares that can understand us, at least to a certain extent. Many applications of NLP are already part of our daily lives and taken for granted. When you use the autocorrect on your phone when texting, when you let Google complete your query entries, or when you ask a question to Siri or Google Assistant. In this context, pretty much all the tasks related to summarizing content, classifying information, and identifying patterns are going to be automatized. There will be no need for a human to perform these repetitive, labor-intensive tasks. That will allow us to focus our energy on the creative part of our work and explore new directions. These challenges will affect every industry. Market and social research are not exempt. And this is already happening. The New York Times, the Associated Press, the Los Angeles Times, and Forbes magazine have all published articles on their websites that were written solely by a computer. According to Kristen Hammond, co-founder of Narrative Science, a leading company in the NLP sector, 90% of news could be algorithmically generated by the mid-2020s, much of it without human intervention. As for the creativity component of language, there is a compelling example from Japan. Recently, a romance written by a computer, although with some help from the scientist team, made to the final round of a literary award, letting more than 1,000 human competitors behind. The possibility for this dialogue between humans and machines are infinite, and no one can tell for sure where we will lead us. In this sense, the ethical considerations are hard to measure. The possible implications for privacy, confidentiality, informed consent, and deceit should be watched closely. But after all, in spite of these concerns, we should not fear the advances of natural language processing and AI in general, but rather work together with these tools and take advantage of all the possibilities that it offers. We can be better professionals if we are open to work side by side with these new technologies and be a part of this unstoppable trend.